Hey everyone, I'm Rather Incoherent, back with our finale to Dream Eaters. It's the end of Webside. We're playing Weaver of the Cosmos, better known by its street name, Rotating Spider God. But we have a ways to go before we get there. Before we talk any more about the scenario, let's get into our final deck upgrades for this scenario. For my Stella deck, I got 12 experience. I spent that on 2 copies of True Survivor and 2 copies of Old Keyring. This is specifically why I didn't get Unrelenting last time. If I had, I would be floating 2 experience now. I'd probably get another Unrelenting. But I wouldn't have been able to get either a True Survivor or an Old Keyring 3, and those are both really good cards. But I'm also cheating. I have 2 more experience spent. I just want to show off a card I haven't played on the channel that I think I've criminally underplayed, show the differences between 2 very similar cards. I've cut my Sharp Vision, which is essentially get a clue, for Nature of the Beast, which is essentially get a clue. They're both 1 experience, the total cost of the deck is unchanged. I'm just doing this to show off the card. If this bothers you, then I'm sorry, but it's not really cheating. It's super minor. I do think the deck is better like this, admittedly, but I've only changed it because I want to show off the card. I realized that I finished the campaign with 2 survivors, never played Nature of the Beast, and I think that's just criminal. Then coming over to Tommy, you can see we picked up Ever Vigilant and Stick to the Plan. Make sure we hit that early economy because God does he need it. Additionally, Stick to the Plan is just efficient, makes your deck thinner, makes you draw better. And I picked up 1 Flamethrower. If we draw it, we'll be much better at fighting. What gun we're using is pretty up in the air at the minute. In this campaign, I really wanted to test if Tommy's like functional as a fighter, if you just go for beat cops and draw and try to make beat cops your main thing. And it's functional, like he's done his job, but I don't feel great about it. Anyway, getting into the scenario, our first agenda is 2 players plus 7, so 11 Doom, and Doom on locations will not be going away at any point in the scenario. For our first act, Journey Across the Bridge, locations are connected vertically, and once we're at the bottommost location, we spend the requisite number of clues to advance. Our starting location, it's randomized from the Great Web deck, by the way, is 4 Shroud, 2 clues. After you enter this location, test 3 head. If you fail, you must either choose and discard 1 card from your hand for each point you fail by, or place 1 Doom on this location. So here's my deal with that, right? This location's here when I start the game. Did I enter this, or am I just here? Because I don't know where I'd have entered it from. I think this fizzles. I honest to God don't know, and here's my final verdict on this. Stick to the Plan was recently clarified in errata to not work with Astounding Revelation, because if the game hasn't started, then its effects, the effects of searching your deck, that is, don't trigger. If that means Astounding Revelation can't trigger because the game hasn't started, I'm going to say the game hasn't started, so Great Web doesn't trigger either. If I'm wrong, then oh well. The story does not specifically tell me and set up to ignore the first one. I'm very confident that I am told in some scenario at some point in the official campaigns to do that, to start at a random location and ignore its text. But Dream Eaters as a whole has had a surprising amount of lack of polish that I just didn't remember. So it's possible that's how you're supposed to do it anyway, and I just can't know because like they're not putting the Return to for this, and it's breaking my heart because I'm confident that Return to Dream Eaters would be my favorite campaign. But in its current state, it's probably only my 2nd favorite, which is a shame. Anyway, getting into the game for our opening hand on Tommy. None of those are Flamethrower. Get out of here. That's not Flamethrower either, but it could be Flamethrower. We don't know what Out of Crossroads is just yet. I'll be giving the Out of Crossroads to myself on Tommy to draw for a weapon. Over here on Stella, we've got Nature of the Beast immediately. There are clues on my location, but Mariner's Compass, so like I'm probably getting clues 2 at a time no matter what. I don't think I need this Nature of the Beast. What's the shroud value? 4? Last action, Old Keyring just gets the clue, so I'm going to keep the Old Keyring. The Mariner's Compass is just dead to me, and I don't want Nature of the Beast to already get both clues, so we're mulliganing 4 of them. That was too many cards. We got Mariner's Compass back anyway. We also have Shadowlight now. If I fail, I can play Look What I Found now, so that's funny. I'm not quite sure the way to handle this. I should probably put in my starting traumas. I'm going to go first on Tommy. We want all of these clues. Clues are really good in this scenario. I already remember that part. So on Tommy, going first, we're going to draw 3. With my Out of Crossroads, I get another one. I still don't have a weapon, so I'm going to give that to myself. I play Emergency Cash, level 0 rather, from under me with Stick to the Plan. And I'm going to play Tetsuo. It seems very easy to get Tetsuo killed during the Mythos phase. That seems good. I kind of considered Beat Cop for getting things killed, or Safeguard for moving around. I don't think I'll need to do that before I can play him again next turn anyway, though. I think I'm good. Over here in Stella, I need to 3rd action Investigate. The first 2 can be anything. I'm definitely playing Old Keyring as one of my first 2 actions. I think I can afford to draw as the next one. I could Investigate with the intent of failing to get the action back, but I don't want to leave Tommy behind since I didn't play Safeguard. So I'm just going to draw a card. And then I'm going to investigate with old keyring, and that's going to be quick learner's keyring minus 4 shroud, so 0. Skull is minus doom, so nothing. I lose 1, and I get both clues. Thanks, old keyring 3, you're a hell of a card. And that's really it for us. Pretty straightforward first turns. Alright, cool. I'll just get rid of that at some point, I guess. Branding Thug is nice. It's a weapon. 207 Doom, make sure that's shuffled, and evil cards. Obscuring Fog, a bit late for you, buddy. And Web Spinner. Web Spinner is a pretty iconic card. I like him quite a lot. It's a 2/2/2 aloof enemy that spawns in an empty location. At the end of the round, it drops a Doom. It's pretty cool. It's a very, very good cultist variant. It's probably my favorite cultist in the entire game. Because it really is just a cultist, right? And our plan is probably just to not even deal with him and just get through on time. We're gonna go first on Tetsuo again. This goes off. I draw 3 cards. I'm bleeding out. Do I need to clear that now? I'm gonna clear this now, even though it's slow. Next turn, I can move Ever Vigilant and Safeguard and catch up and all that. Over here on Stella, do I need to get rid of this? I think this actually does nothing in a difficulty 0 deck. I think I don't even care about this. I want to walk to the next location. I'm missing Track Shoes. I really wish I could just auto-fail test on my first action. Just got a Doom. Nice. It's actually good to have this here. These first 3 locations will get removed from the game, which is why I don't think I need to deal with this Web Spinner. So I'm just going to be ignoring him, really. What's this round? 5? Gross. I don't have a Gumption or anything like that. I can play Mariner's Compass for 3. And then last action, Investigate, spending 2 to put me at 2, 3, 4, minus 2 to 3. 4 to 3 gives me a chance of passing and a good chance that I fail by enough that I can use Look What I Found. That's actually just minus 1. So I just pass then. Alright, cool. I'll keep the Look What I Found. Thanks. And that's it for Stella too. So, upkeep phase. Nice to see you. Overdrawn over here, unfortunately. I really don't want to discard any of these. Daring is a little bit sketch, though. Daring's the scariest card to play. So, 4 of 11 Doom and evil cards. We choose a spider enemy in play. If it's engaged, it attacks. Otherwise, it drops a Doom. That actually does nothing. I don't care about this Doom at all. Which reminds me, this guy dropped a Doom, I believe, at the end of the round. Yes. And then over here, he drops another Doom. Yeah, I'm glad we're going to be ditching him. On Tommy, I walk down. I use Stick to the Plan to play Ever Vigilant. I play Beat Cop, Safeguard, Brand, totaling 8 minus 3 is 5. I'm left with 2 resources. Is there a chance that Stella gets to move ahead? Possibly. It seems unlikely. I'm just going to draw a card. That's a good card to draw. Over here on Stella, I'm going to move down. Tommy's going to Safeguard with. We get the Great Web. When the investigation fence ends, there's at least 1 investigator here. Place 1 Doom. It's fine. We're discarding this one too. Over here on Stella, there is 4 here, so it's worth it to use Shed a Light. I think I'm just drawing and shedding a light. Like, that's perfectly fine. I investigate with old keyring. I play Shed a Light. There's nothing to resourceful, no reason to. So I get 2 clues for 0 difficulty, plus 2 more, which will be every clue on the location. Thanks, Stella. You're a good character. And On Your Own is making this shit free. It's very, very gross. Gumption, nice to see you. Not quite relevant just now. Rookie Mistake, shuffles back in. 4, 8 of 11 Doom. Equal cards. This gets a Doom, by the way, so it's actually 9 of 11 Doom. We're going to throw this behind us. And then Obscuring Fog on our own location. This has been, like, really Salt Mythos cards. Okay, Stella's going to move down, and I'm going to Safeguard with on Tommy as my first action. We come to the Great Web 4 to Shroud. After you enter this location, test 3 foot. If you fail, lose an action or place 1 Doom on this. But Stella's first action to come down. So this is actually difficulty 5 for her. She's at 4 to 5. It's worth making sure this doesn't happen. I'm going to use Gumption to pass over here and neither Rain nor Snow to pass here. So I use neither Rain nor Snow. It doesn't matter when I fail now. I actually just passed even without that, which is kind of gross. No, it's difficulty 5. I'd have failed by 2 then. And then when Tommy takes the test, I'm going to commit Gumption to his test to reduce the difficulty to 1 so that he can probably lucky out of this. I've just realized he's only up 1. That's still enough. Oh, but you can't lucky out of that. All right, cool. Tommy skips his turn then. Oh wait, no, he only loses 1 action because of Gumption. Holy shit. You can Gumption out of that, it turns out. Okay, I would rather skip his turn than lose multiple rounds on both characters by placing the Doom. But it looks like that's not the choice. We can spend 6 clues. We have 8. So we spend 6 of them and we advance the act. And that reads the interlude. So we place down the rotating spider god and we drop 7 more great webs in a circle around it. And these 4 webs don't exist in this version of the game. And right now, there are some Spider God rules I need to quickly go over because it's been a while. I'm always surprised at how intuitive rotating Spider God is. Alright, I don't really need any more rules then. We could fight a leg now, honestly, but I think it's better to get these clues. We already did this test, that's what I was using Gumption and all that for. We need to use 1 more action to get that down to 0 with the key ring. Just gonna draw a card. Hey, Dark Horse, nice to see you. And then I'm going to investigate with the key ring. I don't actually have to use the key ring. It's difficulty 2 right now. If I spend my money, I can't play Dark Horse. Dark Horse is really important though, like honestly. If I had Lucky in hand, I would be considering using Mariner's Compass, but because I don't, I'll just make the difficulty 0. Use the old key ring. Pass, use its last charge, and discard it. And get both clues, because it's a hell of a card. Just ridiculous. Then over here on Tommy, he's not really set up to fight yet, but we can get there eventually. Draw 2 on both characters, gain 2 resources on both characters. There's gotta be a gun somewhere. Oh, it's not the gun I wanted. Do I greed? Like, I can just play that. Oh, I can't. It's actually, like, super stupid expensive. I'm gonna be honest. I don't want that gun. That gun sucks. I'm gonna draw a card. Yeah, that's a much better gun. That one costs 2 and has infinite bullets. Glad I drew instead of, like, gaining resources. The Thompson can go away. It's definitely the worst card in the hand now. Top of the round, down to 5 of 11. We just discarded so much Doom by changing out the map. Hi, Ancient Evils. And then over here, we get Swarm of Spiders, swarming 2. Is that worth beat copping to save an action? Almost certainly. I'm going to tap the beat comp to get rid of this. Tattoo is a lot worse when the encounter deck doesn't deal damage to you, isn't it? I'm going to play Becky as my first action. I am going to shoot over, because I'm at 7 to 1, right? Like, just don't auto-fail her. That's decidedly better than auto-failing, I'm going to be honest. Do I need money for anything? What is this? It's extra ammo. Okay. I could kill Tetsuo. I'll definitely put 1 damage on him, because there's just, like, not a reason not to. But I'm not going to kill him. He can probably soak Horror on something at some point. This goes under the deck. You get discarded. Oh, I forgot to do something. At the start of the Mythos phase is when you rotate Spider God. -2, so no actual change this time because the spider is still at the corners. To remind you, the corners of the cards point to where they are. So we're currently missing because these corners don't count. It's just the outer corners. Oh, I should read the new act. It has really important rules on it. One of them is to rotate the Spider God, by the way, which is, that's why I forgot. I just didn't read the act. But the other one is spend a clue to deal 3 damage to an Ancient One enemy at your location. And once we kill 4 legs, we progress. You'll notice that these have 2 clues worth of health. So yeah, that's gonna go down pretty fast. I've shot a bullet off Becky. I should probably actually spend the bullets. And I think I will play extra ammo last action and get 3 more bullets. Over here on Stella, I walk over and Safeguard is after, so I would reveal the location before I have to make the decision. That is unfortunately placing a Doom anyway, because Stella is not going to be able to leave, so I'm going to Safeguard with Tommy, it won't matter. And then for Stella's second and third actions, I'm going to spend 2 clues each. Unfortunate to hit this location, and I'm going to rip this leg off by dealing 6 damage. I'm always shocked at how good that rate is. Just 1 clue, 3 damage, 3 players' health. It's so much. That's it for us, so upkeep phase, which will also place a Doom here. This is only 2 Shroud. We'll be able to tear up this location pretty easily in a second. Terror's Keepsake isn't really helpful. 8 of 11 Doom and evil cards. I believe there are actually no spiders. Well, that's not true. First, it's at the start of the Mythos phase that the spider rotates. It rotates by 1. And that affects where the legs are, which is why it matters. So it's going to place a Doom at one of the legs. I get to pick. I'll put it here. I just want it to be at a location that isn't going to have more Doom because the skull is the highest Doom. Then over here, Sickening Webs is always gross. This is a Fist 3 test. We're up to, I believe we have Overpower in hand. We do. Seems like the thing to commit Overpower on. I'm going to make that test with Overpower. Skull, -1, easy, draw a card, get rid of this. Nice to see you, Guard Dog. I only have 1 Charisma despite having gone first upgrade Beat Cops to test out a Beat Cop strat, which is kind of funny. And then on Tommy, I'm going to walk down. I want to avoid placing more Doom this turn if I can. The Great Web, 1 Shroud, 2 clues, additional cost to investigate, either spend 1 action or place 1 doom on this location. A little bit gross, but totally fine. And last action, I'll just throw down a cherished keepsake because there's not really anything else I need to be doing. Over here on Stella, I want to get these clues. Shadow Light would make that a lot more easy. Currently at 2 to 4 though, which isn't great. Definitely playing Dark Horse. Second action, I investigate with Mariner's Compass and spend 3 to test at 5 to 2. That seems pretty sensible. I'm going to commit Resourceful. Is it max 1 per test? It's not. I'm going to beckon the autofail. Like, I want True Survivor to get these back if I get unlucky. But I mean, beating the -4 seems very good. Yeah, see? I get Old Keyring and Shed a Light back, unsurprisingly. I'm really surprised that's not 1 per test. Also, I did pass a test with the Mariner's Compass, so I'll be getting 2 clues. And then last action, since this difficulty is now 0 thanks to Quick Learner, I investigate and I commit Shed a Light. Or sorry, I just use Shed a Light rather. I get 1 clue, 1 from my location and 1 from another location. It's a very good card. I think I have almost enough clues to kill the entire spider at this point without help from Tommy. Which is wild. She is such a strong clue finder. It's a shame that's not what we're limited by on this scenario. True Survivor is here. 10 of 11 Doom. Wait. I didn't leave. That was a mistake. I forgot that part of the plan. I'm sure we'll be fine. Anyway, that puts us at 11 Doom, so we advance the agenda. Cool. Why would we not be shuffling in Ancient Evils in the final scenario? Why not? Before we do our evil cards, we rotate the Spider God. That is a -3. You came to the wrong place, Spider. That is unfortunate for them. And then evil cards here, caught in the web. That's not actually a problem at all, because we can really just have Tommy use Safeguard to travel with us. Because as I played this, I've realized that, like, I've been lying the whole time and Frozen Fear doesn't work on Shortcut and other things. And this specifies move actions, which is not what Safeguard is. Anyway, over here we have fucking more Doom. Sure. We'll drop it on this one. Oh yeah, those are also Ancient Evils. Alarming game design. I don't know if I actually like Rotating Spider God. It's surprisingly well executed for such a weird concept, but the tremendously random Doom does not make me happy. Anyway, Stella's turn is on lock. I spend 2 clues to rip the leg off of the spider, and I walk down to stop placing Doom. As for Tommy, he actually gets to make decisions. Not many, though. I can go down and potentially start working on a leg there. Getting hit's not a problem, it kills my Tetsuya. I'm gonna go down and hope that it's actually not a terrible location. It places Doom. This doesn't make a tax for opportunity, right? Yeah. Oh, I can't move. Fucking awesome. I'm gonna test up 2 and just try to leave. Cool, this is gone. Do I gamble and go forward? I've seen 2 of these at least. I think my odds of seeing another one are pretty minimal. I'm gonna go forward to give us different locations to get the legs from. Test 3 foot. If you fail, lose an action. I can't lose action, so I have to place Doom. If I get -1 or less, I can play Lucky. -3, I can play Lucky twice. That's -3. I could spend 2 Luckies to not place Doom here. That really meaningfully affects Tommy's ability to fight. I'm going to take the Doom instead. And that's it for us. Upkeep phase. No one gets hit by a spider because no one stayed. We don't need a second Mariner's Compass. Tommy's good on hand size. 6 of this one is 13 Doom and evil cards. It's back. Didn't even avoid placing a Doom. Oh, that's really annoying. That's really annoying. Oh, I forgot to rotate the Spider God too. -1, it rotates by 1. That's good for Tommy, and actually for Stella as well. Can Stella kill these spiders? Like, legitimately, I think she can. First action, I punch the spiders. It is difficulty 3. I fail. I get an action back from being Stella, though, so second action, I punch the spiders. This time it's difficulty 1, and I'm up 2 because Stella just has 3 fists. Unfortunately, I do have money, because I haven't been clarifying on Dark Horse. But that's fine. That's 1 spider dead. Punching again. Now the difficulty is 0. That's another spider dead. Punching again. That's the last spider dead. Not what I want to do on my clue turn, but I don't really need more clues anyway. Over here, tapping Beat Cop doesn't actually do anything for the speed at which I kill this. Difficulty is the Shroud value, which is 4. I'm shooting at up 3. This is a safe use of Daring, I think. Because if it does hit me, it just kills Tetsuya. And I get to play a new enemy, or new ally, rather. It doesn't. I get the card. I deal 2 damage. Should probably remember to spend my bullets first. It takes 2 of 6. Second safeguard is nice for mitigating sickening webs, but I still need to like actually have Stella catch up with me if that's my plan. Just shooting it 2 more times. I'm up 3 on both. That's 4 damage and roller coaster. Up 3 exactly. We're good. That'll be the kill. I love how disorienting these cards are. They just make my stomach sick. I hate reading them. That's it for both of us. Enemy phase, there are none. Upkeep phase. We definitely don't need a second rabbit's foot. I'm gonna stay at 3 because that lets me true survivor. Hey, flamethrower. Still have an extra ammo. Becky's almost out. Yeah, I can probably afford to play that. Second Tetsuo seems really unnecessary. We're already shuffling in with a very small deck. I don't think I need that Tetsuo. 7 of 9 Doom and evil cards. First though, rotate the spider. That is -2, I believe. Yes. Oh, you came to the wrong place, buddy. All right, that's very good. Caught in a web is the one that goes on my location. Tommy's just having a bad time. And then over here, we get endless weaving. Again, we're just putting it somewhere that we haven't put Doom before. We've never been over here, and we probably never will be over here, so I'm gonna drop the Doom there. I'm going to go first on Stella. I spend 2 clues. I deal 6 damage and rip off the leg. And now that there are no legs left, we advance, and I love this. Flip over the now mostly legless spider. 4 attack, 4 foot, hits for 2/2. It is 8 health, massive. When it leaves a location, if there are no investigators there, place 1 Doom there, otherwise it attacks everyone there. After you invade it, instead of exhausting it, choose an investigator at your location. It cannot attack the investigator this round. It spawns at the location with the most Doom, which is over here. I couldn't have actually gotten it to spawn with Stella, it turns out. And now, instead of rotating the Spider God's running around. We're still doing the same thing, but instead of rotating it, it's running clockwise. I can't move down, because if I do, I'll drop a Doom. So it's better to stay where I currently am. In which case, I'm just going to play True Survivor for 3. To get this, that, and I guess a Resourceful. Then over here on Tommy, Becky can go. I'm playing a flamethrower, and then placing extra ammo on the flamethrower. Last action, I need to get rid of this. I'm up 2. Got Lucky's in hand, nothing really to commit. I'll take the test. Not really interested in killing anyone just now. Although the Tetsuo money could be kind of nice. I'm not going to, though. We're good. But I will pass this and get rid of Caught in a Web. That's it for us. Upkeep phase, no overdraw there. Substantial overdraw here. I don't think we're playing a second Dark Horse. We can probably discard these winging it's, huh? Not that we need the clues, but they're definitely the discard of choice. We're at 9 of 13, and we rotate the Spider God. Ah, shit. He moves once, twice, thrice, which means that as it passes through Stella's location, first, since there were no investigators here, it drops 2 Doom, and then in Stella's location, it hits Stella for 2/2, which is the first damage anyone has taken this scenario. In fact, Tommy has healed. And then we do our evil cards. So we're doing a 3-head test on Tommy, and if he fails, he can't kill the boss. Like, you're gonna shoot a flamethrower twice. Now, we do have 3-head and 2 copies of Lucky, so unless we get auto-fail, we're fine. We use 1 copy. Oh my god, we only had 1 copy of Lucky. We were broke. We should have killed Tetsuo. That was not as safe as I thought it was. But we're okay. Oh, that would have been the most frustrating way to lose this in the whole world. I'm gonna put this in front of Tommy, because, like, that's the way the Spider God's going. It's the way that he can kill it. Anyway, I think the scenario's over, because Tommy uses the flamethrower 3 times at 9-4. This requires 2 autofails to not end the scenario. Also, I kind of messed up paying there. Oh, is that a nicer way to do it if I'm doing lots of shots? Pick up the whole stack and alt drop them? It kind of is. And I'm shooting 3 times. So, yeah, just don't autofail me I don't like that. Alright, I got 1 more. We're good. We get 8 damage, and it has exactly 8 health. We roast the spider, and that will be the advance. Alright, so, like, that felt comfortable. How much Doom was really left, though? If we advanced again, like, if the spider ran 3 more locations, we'd have advanced the next round. Is this at the start before Doom? Yeah, it's before Doom. So the spider could have run 3 locations in advance and had us be at, like, really That felt like it was a little bit of bad RNG. Okay, it was a lot of bad RNG. It was bad RNG for it to be close, but with a little bit more bad RNG, that actually could have been a loss. Oh man, I like this scenario thematically, but especially at low player counts, this feels so volatile. I don't know how I felt about that. We won, and convincingly, it's only been 30 minutes, but like at the same time, that was surprisingly close to losing with that treachery, with the Spider God running and dropping Doom, with this guy dropping Doom. Like, this scenario feels like it's just in need of another design pass. The shuffling of the Ancient Evil set is what really does it for me, where I'm like, oh, this just isn't quite refined. But that will be the win. That'll be R1. Let's see how we did in our crazy resolution matrix. We return to reality, we get traumas, we win, but then we go to the epilogue. For our website matrix, we get returned to reality. And for our dream side, we traveled beneath the monastery, I think is what it looks for. We get epilogue 14. The two groups survived but are forever separated, and the investigators win the campaign. How do you reunite in the waking world? Do you just like not look for them? It's epilogue 6 then, right? Yeah, epilogue 6 is the happy, it even says it, it's the happy reunion. So the good ending would be epilogue 6, which means you just wake, you don't travel beneath the monastery, and how do you do that exactly? Yeah, you just choose to do this instead of looking for your friends. So, trying to help each other wasn't exactly the best call. I should have just trusted Stella to get them out on their own. But yeah, everyone lived happily ever after, they just never saw each other again. I'm sure it's fine. On the whole, I really like Dream Eaters. Every time I play it, I have changing opinions on it. The first time I played this, it was easily my favorite expansion. My second time I played it, I was like back and forth. It was really, really good. This time I've decidedly soured on it a little bit. It's still really good, but it has so many little problems, especially on website for some reason. It sort of feels like different developers were in charge of the different halves, and the guy on website just wasn't as good at the job, which feels a bit mean to say, but there are so many things in a website that feel wrong. And this final scenario actually capitalizes on most of them. This is a scenario I absolutely love thematically and mechanically, but then there's just like a huge amount of random doom, and the final boss is running around an 8-location circle that you can't reliably cross. So as a result, if you're in 2 players and you can't fan out across the whole map, it's just super random. I feel like I got lucky. I was on the edge of getting horrifically unlucky, but I think in the end I just got very lucky throughout this scenario. Getting the flamethrower and actually using it was nice. Wasn't really expecting that, but it was a pretty good 6 experience in the end. Anyways, I'll be wrapping up now. In the near future, I'll post reviews for the whole campaign, as well as all 4 characters that I played in it. But that's enough for today. I've been Rather Incoherent. Hope you enjoyed this series with me. If you did, like, comment, subscribe. All that stuff really does help the channel grow, and I greatly appreciate it. And I'll see you in the next one. Before I go though, like, in the comments, do you also have that impression that I have? That this campaign really lacked polish, and especially so in the website? I've picked up on it more. Like, after alpha testing campaigns, I can play something like Carcosa and be like, oh yeah, Carcosa's good, but it's got some, like, early issues. I can play Edge of the Earthers, not Chaotic Keys. I can play Edge of the Earth or Innsmouth, and they're really refined. And then I play website, I'm like, oh, I thought we were through this. I thought we had finished making these mistakes. I really do feel like I'm noticing a lot of lack of polish in Dream Eaters that I didn't notice before the alpha testing stuff. In my heart, it's one of these like super refined campaigns, but it just isn't. Anyways, see you in the next one.